would you like to do Q&A? First question from Nierfenheimer, the top comment on the video. It's not a question. Fuck. Griff Groff asks, if you were a Pokemon gym leader, what type would you want to use and what would be your gym's gimmick? So, I mean, the obvious answer is like electric and do like an electric guitar thing, you know, and like have like a musical based thing. But like, what I like about a lot of the gym leaders in Pokemon is like, it's not just like, especially like towards Gen 2 where it starts getting more interesting, there's a few more aspects of the gym leader's personality, you know? So I would want to say like maybe electric rock kind of a thing, like a double up on those. I would want there to be some kind of element of either humor, psychology, or gaming or something like that. But like obviously like it would be like focused on electric with a side focus on either psychic or rock. And then I think the gym's gimmick would be like you would have to do like musical challenges to kind of get through. You know what I mean? So that's probably what I would say. That's the most insightful answer I think I could think of. Dino Wolf asks, here's a question. Why is Emile so lucky? I would go so far as to say that he doesn't upload videos where he's horribly unlucky. Like with anybody on YouTube, I mean, we don't upload everything. I mean, everything we put out is a highlight. I know the main format of my stuff for Jules Conroy is highlights, but that's really everything on YouTube that's edited is a highlight reel. That being said, Emile is a very earnest person, so I feel like I think he also sees the comedy and not showing luck. So I think if anything, that shows actually how lucky he is. Karma favors him. Well, he's a good person. Emile is just like one of the most like, I know everyone says like, oh, he's so innocent and he's not corrupt. Like he knows things and he has basic levels of corruption.
Well, in that case,
but generally, Emile has just one of the purest hearts out of anybody I know. And I think that just goes to show that, yes, I think karma favors him in that way. He only has bad luck when we're playing the Pokemon card game.
Let's see the... it just kind of keeps going.
Which I really want to do more Pokemon card streams. Future Q&A, your Super Mario Super Medley was an amazing feat of music production and organization. Is there a possibility you might consider putting in the effort again with another series? A Mega Man or Sonic Medley video would be amazeballs. And while getting 70 different people together for such an endeavor might be unrealistic, it would be nice to hear and watch a medley of any of these major franchises with your sound and skill. And yes, I said amazeballs. No, that's fine. I didn't even think twice about the word amazeballs. I have plans of doing it. I'm gonna be honest. I hate talking about this aspect of things, but I feel like doing like videos and stuff like this, like it's let me open up and be more honest with you guys about just in general the things that I deal with as a day-to-day full-time content creator. It one is not a profitable endeavor because I cannot put it on stores. That is because medleys are insanely difficult to license. When you put out one song, you only need the one license to be able to put it out on stores and make any money doing it. If you make a medley, you have to get a license for each individual song. So that's why like a lot of people ask me like, why isn't Replay on Spotify or why isn't one of these medleys on iTunes? That's why. To put it into perspective, let's take my first medley of all time, GoldenEye. There's 10 songs in that medley, give or take. Costs 10 cents, 12 cents to license a song. Not too much, right? But now imagine if I put up a medley with 10 songs, each being 12 cents. At a certain point, every time somebody buys that, I lose money because of the licensing fees, because it's a license per sale. So a song with 70 songs in it, every time one person buys it, I'm put into zero, the negatives. So yeah, it's messed up, man. So there's that aspect of it, and there's also the aspect that the video didn't perform as well as I hoped. I hate to say it, I hate to put views into it, but at a certain point, my livelihood is all based on this, so the viewership affects the visibility of the things that make me money. You know, my other covers that I'm selling, my Patreon, things like that. So I will always have to make that choice when it's a situation in which I need to be making a living and supporting myself. So that's just kind of how I got to do it. There is a point at which I think I will be able to kind of put that off to the side. Now in the future, maybe I won't need all of the money that I'm getting. In that case, anyway, so that's the truth. A video that takes like literally all of my life for a month to not be able to be licensed and doesn't get as much views as, you know, a single song could do, you know, Through the Fire and the Flames, or so many other ones. I could do a single song that I can put on stores and also get the viewership it needs to be profitable. So there is one super medley that I would love to do as the second one. It would have more artists, and it would actually be a series that you did not list in that. So look out for that. Hopefully sometime sooner than later. It will be after the other crazy projects that I have planned in between that. So were you always a confident person, or did you grow into it over time? / did some event make you want to be as confident and charismatic as you are now? Thank you for thinking I'm confident and charismatic. That's a compliment. I think people who are inherently confident are usually people who are not analytical in nature. I think people who are more confident are usually less prone to either chemical or conditional anxiety. So like, you'll have it very rare that people who are inherently from the start confident, I'm not talking about people who become confident over time, that comes with faking it till you make it, which everybody in the chat, like I mean, and that's easier said than done. It also requires specific practice, like practice in the field of being confident in a situation in which you could be not. I do think that there can be a perceived confidence with social obliviousness. Look at it this way: somebody who walks into the room like this, I'm confident as fuck. Anybody in that room could just be like, wow, look at this idiot with his chest popped out, and then just stab him in the chest, or punch them in the stomach, or fucking punch them in the face. Now, us analytical people are obviously thinking like, well, a lot of different shit can happen that I don't know about, so I'm gonna just kind of, I'm gonna look around. I'm gonna be worried. I'm gonna, you know, like, I'm oversimplifying. You know, I wouldn't even say it's a compensating thing. I do think that a lot of people who are confident have weighed the pros and cons of the situation that they're in and say, something can happen, but I'll deal with it when I get there. Nothing is going to be so horrible to me. Like, the likelihood of anything happening that's going to be so horrible to me that's irredeemable, like that I can't come back from, is not going to happen to me right now. So fuck it. you know, there are people who are just like, I have a small pee-pee, and they're walking around, but I actually don't even know if there's more people like that than the former, you know what I mean? I think a big part of it is like just being able to say, well, I'm not going to figure it all out. The fake it till you make it, I feel like, is almost just like a side, it's like a back street to fucking the point at which you have to just be like, well, the likelihood of anything that's going to happen to me, you know, that I can't come back from, or I can't deal with at the time that it happens, is very unlikely. So I'll deal with anything negative when I get there, but for right now, I'm going to be my best me, you know, and I think that's where my confidence comes from, and I think any charismatic shit stems from that. I don't fucking know. Yeah, Shady, very confident person, but I mean, obviously very, very, like, degenerate in humor, but, like, I think, like, Shady's a great example of somebody who comes across as confident, but doesn't seem like he's got a big head or comes across like an asshole. I'm just being nice, Shady. And I met fucking Con Bravo, dude, he fucking took my lunch money. He beat me up, dude. No, I love Shady. See, Shady and I have that boundary. Maybe he's crying. I don't know. I'm sorry, Shady, if we don't have that boundary. Now, most of you guys, I don't have that boundary. So if you come into my chat and be like, haha, fuck you, then I'm gonna ban you, because I don't know who the fuck you are. Cave Monkey Nick, that's what I'm gonna go with. Stole this from someone in Twitch chat, but I was curious about it too. How did you end up meeting Joe for the God Shattering Star cover? So I did a cover of God Shattering Star from Fire Emblem Three Houses with the voice actor of Claude, Joe Zieja. This was a situation in which I wanted to do, like, I love Three Houses so much. I love all the music. It's so amazing. And I feel like I've been in a lot of situations where it just so happened that something fell on my lap. I was like, I really want to do God Shattering Star, but I want to do it like so over the top in a way that, like, you know, like, it would be sick to just do it in general, but to do it with the voice actor of Claude would be just like astronomical. So I saw that Joe was actually a member of like OC Remix, and he's actually been like a big part of the VGM scene. I think a big part of it happened like, you know what, I'm gonna hit him up. So I sent him an email and I was like, hello Mr. Zieja. You know, like, nah, I don't know how that, you know, what ended up happening was at NAMM, I think 2020, a bunch of the guys at Impact Soundworks who knew Joe were like, hey, we're going out to eat some food with our boy Joe, our boy Joe Zieja, you know, no big deal or anything. Joe Zieja, voice of Claude, you know, like, and I'm like, can I come? You know, and they invited me to go, and it was really fun. And that was the place that I met Joe. But at that point, we had already been in contact and decided, like, hey, let's do this cover. So that was the first time that we actually met in person. And then once everything was put together, and I sent Joe the backing track, and he got me tracks the next day. He was insanely fast with getting that stuff. Yeah, holy shit. Insanely, and he was like, I don't really sing. I don't know if this is gonna be good. I don't know if you can work with this. Like, well, we'll see. He sent me that. He was like, I don't know. Here you go. He gave me like within the next day. So yeah. Anyway, that's how I met Joe. And then he came over in the middle of a pandemic. He had been quarantining for quite a few weeks. We didn't leave the house for pretty much the entire thing. So we were like, this is probably safe. And yeah, that's kind of how it happened. Kind of how it worked. It was really, really cool. And Joe is a very, very nice person. I would love to do more stuff with him. And yeah. That's the story. OxyClean says, have you ever considered doing a cover of Guilty Love from Ace Attorney? I don't typically take requests. Like, I've played Ace Attorney. I actually don't remember Guilty Love off the top of my head. I like Ace Attorney music a lot. I wouldn't be opposed to doing it, but I don't really have plans right now to do any more Ace Attorney stuff. I never take requests, but I always take suggestions. You know, every once in a while, I'll see a suggestion and I'm like, oh, that would be fucking sick. And then I do it. But most of the time, like, people like ask, like, hey, do you take requests and stuff? And I kind of have a request system on Patreon Discord where I have a request channel in my Discord where you can pop requests in there, and I won't do them. I kind of treat it like a coffee shop kind of thing where it's like, you know, people are calling out songs and I might do it, but yeah. That's probably a good one to end on. There are some other questions, but they're kind of further down. I'm only reading upvoted comments, so I only answer your questions if you're popular. Sorry, get fucked. Have you ever attended a GDQ? I've never attended a GDQ, and I would love to after the world opens up. I just wonder if you ever had your own original stuff, like something that isn't medleys or covers. Yes, I'm in a band called Thunderforged. We have original music on Bandcamp. You find the Bandcamp for a band called Thunderforged. That's me. That's my power metal band. We have an EP up, and we are now working on a full-length album right now. That'll be done when I'm done. Because I'm mixing it right now. But a lot of my passion comes from my band. You guys have seen some of the members of my band in my chat. J-Mac Bass is the bassist of my band. Forge Master is the singer. I think the other guitarist Christian's been around. I can't remember what his username is, but my drummer Zach, he goes by Throw Up. His username is just Throw Up, one word, on Twitch. Anyway, All Shady Streams the Shit Show. I mean, that's the same thing with Jamly. Like, I didn't come up with the Jamly, which is the name of the community here. That was the chat. I was like, hey guys, what should we call our community name? Because like, I don't think we have one. And then somebody said Jamly, and I hated it. I thought it was so stupid. I was just like, Jamly. It's like family, but with a J. But then my chat was like, Jules, you don't have a say in this. You don't get to decide. We're the community. We get to decide what we're called. And I was just like, no, it's my community. I'm going to be and then literally every time somebody subscribed, the chat would explode with, welcome to the Jamly, welcome to the Jamly, welcome to the Jamly. And I'm just like, no, it's not called the Jamly. Yeah, it was a fucking coup. It was a fucking coup. I was just like, fuck. And so eventually I started thinking about it, and I'm like, all right, well,
have some fun with Miku.
Once your pizza's delivered, have some fun with Miku. It works on a few. Yeah, I like the double entendre of it, that it has Jamly. It's Jam family, the Jules family, and also Jamly Fools would be Family Jules with the letters flipped. Yes, Scoot was there. Thunderscott definitely fucking encouraged the coup. It was true. Yeah, even my mods were like, no, Jules, I'm sorry. It's going to be the Jamly. It's too good a name. And I'm like, oh, fine. Over time, I've learned to love the Jamly. I do like it a lot. You've thought too far into this now. Tyler, you haven't thought far enough. Not sure if I want to be it anymore. Yeah, it's spoken. Listen, sometimes chat's right. It's not often, but I'll accept it when you guys are right. It's just, listen, you guys aren't always right. Big thanks to my editors. Chat, can you give a clap and an arigato gozaimasu for my wonderful editors, Hypercole, Monster Skull, Trainer Tribino, and DJ Steamy Pete. Clap for all my editors. Thank you. Ariga thanks. Gozaimasu. Let's go, editors. Thank you so much. All right, guys. Oh, wait. One more question. Question for Jules. How does one keep motivated to do music? I'm learning the accordion. I'm really enjoying it. But when I get bored, I think, I don't think, let's play some accordion. Do you think that with a guitar, or do you have another way? Yeah, just give up.